The smile.
And still undefeated, Gervonta Tank Davis.
What'd you think, man?
No.
No?
I think it was a great fight. I think it was a great fight. It was amazing.
Tank is the best fighter in the world. Tank's the best fighter in the world. And his team's been saying it.
He wants to start fast, let his hands go, impose his will, but he got to put his chin down. He got to be defensive minded. And Tank, great game plan.
Yeah, actually, no, that was a beautiful knockout. I ain't gonna lie, that was a beautiful knockout. That was beautiful.
How do you set it up in your eyes? How'd you see him?
But
What do you think about Gervonta?
I think Gervonta did good. I think he waited a little bit. I think I feel like he gets them tired first until he explodes on them.
You got to be there with him. If you're not mentally strong, that's what's gonna happen. He's gonna break you down.
Anything else that Ryan could have done differently throughout the fight?
I just feel like he just fought the wrong fight. He was following him around one.
The fight went exactly as I would say 100% of us expected it to go. I don't think there was very many people that
first, you know what I'm saying, he held his defense up pretty high, so he was able to maintain for a long time. But I think that whenever Tank was ready to close the gaps, he closed.
He tried to fight, but he was unsuccessful.
The fight everyone was waiting for finally happened, and just like many expected, Tank Davis won again. He defeated Lamont Roach, just like he has beaten many others before. Roach talked confidently before the fight, saying he could knock Tank out. But once they were in the ring, reality hit him, and not as hard as Tank's punches did. Roach came in with confidence, thinking he had the perfect plan to beat Tank by exposing his weaknesses.
I'm gonna do me regardless. I told him to leave his mom's and, the people home, and he still brung them. It's crazy, man. It's gonna get bad. It's gonna get bad, man.
The moment Tank figured Roach out, it was over. After a few big punches, Roach had no answers left. The fight ended just like most people expected. Tank won, untouched, and kept his undefeated record. But surprisingly, after the fight, people weren't really talking about Tank's performance. No one seemed very impressed, not even the big names sitting ringside. In the crowd were Terrence "Bud" Crawford, Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, and Turki Alalshik.
Tell Terrence Crawford keep his name out your mouth. You know what I mean? He talking crazy. He talking crazy. You think about that one?
Nah, it was just some, talking on some Twitter back and forth.
From their reactions, it was clear they weren't impressed by what they saw. Crawford, who never holds back, summed it up in a few words. Just another win to look good. For months, Crawford has been openly critical of Tank's choice of opponents. He believes Tank has been playing it safe, picking fights that protect his undefeated record without really challenging himself. In Crawford's eyes, Tank has been avoiding the toughest opponents and focusing more on keeping his image strong rather than...
At 147, how does a fight with you and Terrence Crawford look? 147? 147.
I tapped that train, he going to sleep.
I already know.
Giving fans real fights, not just trying to look good for the crowd. Crawford hasn't been shy about sharing his opinion. He believes there's only one fighter who can truly beat Tank, and that's Shakur Stevenson. He has repeatedly called Shakur Tank's kryptonite, the one fighter with the skill, defense, and ring IQ to stop Tank's power and completely outbox him. Tonight, it seemed like Turki Alalshik might agree. During the post-fight discussion, Turki made an announcement that shocked the boxing world. Tank has officially agreed to 2 fights this year. And not just any fights. Fights that fans actually want to see. Turki didn't mention names, but it didn't take long for people to figure it out. For months, he's been pushing Tank to face the top opponents in the division. The most talked about fight, Tank versus Devin Haney. Turki has been working non-stop to make the biggest fights happen, and this announcement made it clear. Tank's next 2 fights won't be easy tune-ups. They'll be the real deal. The obvious names, Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson. Undisputed champion, has been asking for this fight for a long time. He believes he's the best at 135 pounds and says he has the skills to beat Tank. In Haney's eyes, the hype...
Devin, thoughts on the fight? Thoughts on the fight, Devin?
Shakur Stevenson has also been vocal. He's long said that Tank is protected and that his team carefully picks opponents to avoid real challenges. Now that Turki Alalshik has confirmed 2 big fights are set, Shakur knows his time is coming. The difference now is that there are no more excuses, no more tune-ups, no more avoiding the biggest threats in the division. And just when the night couldn't get more exciting, Oscar De La Hoya made another big reveal. Tank versus Ryan Garcia 2 is happening. There's no official date yet, but the rematch is on. Ryan has been asking for it ever since their first fight, saying he wasn't at his best because of the weight cut and admitting he made mistakes he won't repeat. Since then, Ryan has made headlines for the wrong reasons. Social media drama, legal issues, and heavy criticism from the boxing community. But he sees this rematch as his chance to redeem himself. Interview. Oscar De La Hoya didn't waste any time building excitement, saying that Ryan is coming back to the ring full of energy and could be a real problem for Tank, or even Devin. Haney. De La Hoya has always praised Ryan's talent, saying his power and speed make him a serious threat to anyone in the division. With all the recent chaos around Ryan, this rematch could be the perfect chance for him to show the world he's still a top contender. But
in all of boxing in regards to where you're at in your weight class and how you consistently are just knocking guys out, what's that feeling like when you do?
I feel like...
Anymore. Haney, Shakur, Ryan, these fights are no longer just talk. They're actually happening. Crawford knew it. That's why he was there, watching everything happen. He's been pushing for these fights for months, demanding that Tank step up and prove himself against the best. And now, with Turki Alalshik in control, there's no more room for excuses. Tank made a statement tonight showing once again that he's still the king of the division. He still has the power, and he's still the one everyone is chasing. But now, the real test begins. Because no matter how many knockouts he gets or how many wins he adds to his record, the only thing that truly matters now is whether he can...
No, I did not. He was eating the day before. We had a media workout. He was eating at his media workout, bro. I wasn't even eating at my media workout. You get what I'm saying? It just... He tricked the people yeah, I'm draining. No, you wasn't. I just made him have to work.
The thing about Tank's fights is that you always know what's coming. You just don't know when. A knockout is only a matter of time. And at the weigh-in, Tank knew it too. Same old, he told the crowd. I've got to give them what they want to see. He never said much.
Giving him VIP access to boxing's top table.
Talking. For Roach, the real question was whether he could survive long enough to make the fight interesting. Could he have
handled the situation, so he just threw me out there.
Crawford knew it.
At the weigh-in, Roach came in at exactly 135 pounds, while Tank looked a little drained, weighing in at 133.8 pounds. This got people talking. Maybe Roach had an edge, maybe the weight cut affected Tank more than usual. Roach was feeling confident. "This is real," he said after facing off with Tank. "I'm one of the best fighters in the world, and I can't wait for you all to see it." Promoter Tom Brown was pushing the same story. Champion versus champion, Baltimore versus DC. Who was the bigger man today?
It was a professional versus an amateur.